Good morning, Hunt County, and welcome back to the Monday Market Update. I hope you guys fared that storm last night fairly well. I know it was a little bit scary, and we had some properties that we manage have some damage. I know my guest here, Tracy, my husband, has already been out trying to fix some of the items that our homes have that we manage.
Yeah, we have a great crew that really helps out, and unfortunately we had a carport that fell on the car due to the straight line winds last night. So our first and foremost thing was to make sure that everybody was safe and go and get that car out from under there for that tenant so that she could make her way to work or the grocery store or wherever she needed to go. And the guys are over there right now getting that thing shored back up. Man, you just never know what the wind is going to do.
Yeah, it's crazy because the carport fell on that particular house. We have other houses that our maintenance crew is at, but at our house we had, you were putting up a play set and we had the instructions sitting on the table on our back porch, and those instructions are still sitting on the back porch.
Well, they are, and I think a lot of that had to do with the wind direction, right? Because the wind was out of the north, and the way our back porch is set up, it's kind of protected from the north wind. But this particular carport, I mean, it was facing the north, so
yeah.
It just took the brunt of the wind. The straight line winds, you never know what it's going to do. What it looked like in this case is it picked that carport up and pulled the leg, ripped the fastener off the leg, and then slammed it back down and broke that leg in half. And you saw the pictures this morning.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to show those here today because privacy reasons. But that brings up some great points though. Straight line winds can cause damage to different things at your home, and the quicker you notice that damage and get it fixed, the better off you are. So it'd be a great idea for you to get, when you get home this afternoon, hopefully there's a little bit of sunlight left, just take a walk around your house and inspect everything. Look at the gutters, look at the roof materials, look in your yard and see if you see any shingles laying around. Make sure no limbs have fallen onto your roof. It's a great time of year to look at that anyway. Our practice is to make sure that all limbs stay clear of the roof at least 6 feet, about as far as a normal person could reach safely with some loppers from the roof.
Well, and another thing, a lot of people think of insurance claim, they think of hail, but insurance does cover wind-caused damage. So if you have shingles on the ground, it might be good to call your local roofer, or if you don't know anybody, call a real estate agent, call the Chamber of Commerce.
There's lots of resources here locally.
Now be careful with people who are knocking on your door. There's a lot of scammers out there during this type of weather, so just be cautious of that.
Yeah, I know that there probably are some good companies that do canvas neighborhoods, but typically most folks that are canvassing neighborhoods, especially if they're not wearing a shirt similar to the one I'm wearing today that has the company name on it or have some kind of badge, even though we can go get a badge printed. I would research them before I write them any money. And just so you know, a good roofer is not going to take any money from you, at least until he starts the job. Most roofers that we deal with and contractors in general, they just ask for a check when they're done. They never ask for any money up front. If they can't afford to go and buy the materials, or they don't have a good enough work experience or credit to go get materials from a supply house on credit, something that they would have a 30 days to pay, probably not a company that you want to do business with. Or maybe they're just new and just started out, you don't know, but just be cautious because there's going to be door knockers coming around after that storm last night. Now, I just want to say, in my opinion, now this is just my opinion, I don't think...
We know you have an opinion.
I don't think, if you see some loose shingles or whatever, some missing shingles or a little bit of damage, I don't think the right thing to do is just to instantly call your insurance company. I think I would call a trusted roofing company and at least get a bid on the repair so you can make a decision.
Because you have your deductible. I mean, if it's a $100 repair, you don't want to pay a $1,000 deductible and a hit on your insurance for $150 repair.
After the last few seasons of hail and whatnot, there's not a lot of $1,000 deductibles left out there.
True.
Now, I can't speak for all insurance companies, but most deductibles are at least 1% of what they say your home value is, 1% of what they have you insured for, not 1% of what the tax man says, by the way, so pay attention to that. And the other thing is, too, you just don't want that claim sitting out there if the repair is going to cost less than your deductible.
Absolutely.
And that's really what it boils down to. And we have some great roofers that we can recommend. We even property manage for one of the best roofers, I think, in Hunt County. And we could gladly give you his name and phone number. You can call him, and he'll tell you whether or not you should call the insurance company. In fact, the guy I'm talking to you about, he'll deal with the insurance company for you a lot of times and try to help you out. So the main thing is look for damage today.
Don't wait.
Don't wait. That's really important. We don't want to wait for the next round of storms and then you have damage inside your home. And one of the worst things, one of the things to really be aware of, if you're missing shingles, but you're not seeing any sheetrock damage in the ceiling, that doesn't mean water's not getting in. And water inside a home that's left untreated, unchallenged, creates mold.
Absolutely. And we don't want you having mold in your home.
And that you just start talking about a whole nother thing. And here's the thing that a lot of people don't know. If that water's coming in and you're having a mold situation, insurance company can refuse to pay for that because you didn't correct the situation when it happened. So just be conscious, go walk around and look. You don't want to deal with contractors inside your house anyway. It's going to be bad enough having them outside. It's just a disruption to your life. So just go around and take a look and let's, just take care of it. And if you need any help, give me a call. I'd be glad to come out and take a look at it for you or with you and make some suggestions. I don't mind doing that at all. Just give us a call.
Yeah, awesome. All right, well, let's get into the market in Hunt County here. So right now we have 214 homes on the market, and I think that's a little bit lower than last week. I think last week we had about 228 homes. And our next slide here, this week in Hunt County. So last week we had 46 homes listed, this week 37. Sold went from 28 to 23, and pending we currently have 22 homes pending.
So we listed few and took more off the market.
Yes, basically.
So,
that's been a trend though.
Yeah, it's kind of trendy, but when you look at this, those numbers kind of flow.
They flow.
So that just seems like the average really right now.
Yeah, and that's why you'll see a slide for the whole month of April, kind of a bigger picture than the weekly shot that we give you. Total sold. So last week we sold almost 5 million in Hunt County. Quite a bit lower than the week before, which was at 11 million, but still, that's almost $2 million a day sold here in Hunt County with an average price of $353,000, $320,000. And this is the slide I was just telling you about. This is April 2022. This is the full month of April. The number I always go to first is the bottom right, the 1.6. So what this is telling us is how many months of inventory we have on the market, how many houses we have, supply versus demand. So an equal market, buyers, sellers, equal market is 3 months. Right now we're at 1.6, so we're still in a very heavy seller's market. Average days on the market, they're next to it on the left, very top left number. The median price for the month of April was $289,000. It up to 20%, a little bit more than 20% than April of the year before.
And that's just home values going up with inflation and everything else.
Yep.
That's about what everybody on average saw on their tax bill that came in. So
yep.
I think that's pretty right. And what I think interests me, you're talking about right now. So we're I feel like we're outside of the COVID pandemic, but a year ago in April, we were right in the middle of it. And things are they're coming off the market 7 days quicker than they were last year.
Yep.
I think that's interesting. And that kind of goes with what we're seeing too, right?
Yep.
What you and I are seeing every day in our office where something comes on the market one day and by that afternoon, they've already got multiple offers or, at least have several people lined up to see it. So this is, I think this is right on. And one of the other things I think that's a big difference is we have fewer people refinancing right now.
Yeah,
and so
interest rate's too high for that now.
So those lenders are able to work much harder on the purchases that they have in their portfolio. So, and we're not hearing about appraisals being as far out. So all those things kind of combine to a quicker transactional period.
Absolutely. So we are going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about, I think, 3 homes that came on the market, and we're going to talk about 3 homes that have sold last week.
At Money Law Firm, we are dedicated and focused on being professional, personal, and proactive.
In the title business, there's a lot of paperwork, but when you walk in the door, you don't see that. You see clean, clear walls, you see very straight lines.
Everyone here is like family.
They have a great team of people. The communication is great. I send as much business as I possibly can down here because they take such great care of us.
Welcome back, and thank you to Money Law Firm for sponsoring our show. If you want to sponsor and have a commercial, you can definitely give us a call and we'll take care of you. So we are gonna go right into our first home that came on the market last week. This one was listed by an agent in our office, Laura Guerrero. It is a cute house, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,209 square feet at 1400 O'Neill Street in Greenville. They are asking $300,000 on this, and it's a little over 1/4 acre. Now you might think 1,200 square feet at $300,000 might be a little high, but this one's got a little secret in the backyard I'm going to show you.
I can't wait to see that, but you know what interests me, what catches my eye when you first pop this picture up, obviously, other than those beautiful posts that they've done, that eagle on the front, you know, it's just not something that you see often, but I think it breaks up that area of the home and just kind of draws your eye, and you're like, wow, that's really cool.
Absolutely, I love it. I love it. All right, inside, colored cabinets are in. Another one of ours, I think the next house that we're going to look at is going to have colored cabinets too. This is a blue countertop, blue cabinets with a granite countertop. It looks really nice, stainless steel appliances.
Double OG edge right there is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's, you know, it's an expensive upgrade.
Well, and if you look closely, that oven is actually one of those ovens that has 2 doors in it too.
Oh wow.
So you can have the turkey going with the stuffing on top, since they have to cook at different temperatures.
Yep.
Here is the bathroom, and this one looks like it's been remodeled, but it was actually built in 2011. So likely this is how it was in 2011. They've just really kept up the home nicely. Here is one of the bedrooms. I love the contrast between the floors and the wall color.
I was about to say that too. I like those dark floors.
Yeah, it really looks nice. And I love that it's not just one solid color. You have lots of different browns in there. And this right here, this is what I'm talking about. They have a beautiful shop in the backyard, not typical for in town. This is 1400 O'Neill Street here in town in Greenville. So the house has a garage, and then there's a detached workshop garage, whatever you want to call it. Put your toys in there, make it your workshop. So I think it's a lovely property. They had an open house this weekend, was very successful. I think this is a beautiful gem here in the city of Greenville. Again, 1400 O'Neill Street, 3-bedroom, 2-bath for $300,000. Our next property, we're jumping over to south of the interstate, 11606 Joyce Lane. Tracy, I know you're familiar with this home.
I am familiar with this home, and you know, what you're going to see when you get in there is a home that has really been loved. This thing doesn't, on the inside, doesn't look like anything else in the neighborhood. You know, a realtor owns this house, so they really try to keep up with trends and stuff. And even though they have young kids, they've really done a lot to make this home much better. I mean, it was a great home when they bought it, but it's even better today. And this one has a surprise in the backyard too that I absolutely love. Yes. That sets it apart from the neighborhood.
So this is was an Altura home in Altura community, but it has so many custom features on the inside that it's like you're not even walking into
an Altura anymore.
An Altura home.
They've definitely made this home their own.
So here is our first picture. So those columns is one feature that they added. That wood flooring is another feature. Absolutely. And like we said earlier, those green cabinets. I'm usually skeptical about going off of the norm, but these look great and they're beautiful and I love them. Well,
what I love about them too is I don't think she was really planning on selling this thing when she painted it. She was kind of in the mind that they were going to live there for a while and she was going to love and live with these cabinets. But I mean, she's got a great personality and this just shows it right here. And I think anybody would just love this.
Well, and I'm going to show you a little bit closer here.
Yep.
So you got the stainless steel appliances. Those are freshly painted, by the way, freshly painted. Yep. Granite countertops, and you can see into the breakfast nook there and the back door out onto the beautiful patio that we're going to show you here in a second.
Those columns just make the whole thing look more grand, you know?
Absolutely. Those columns and then the light fixtures that she's upgraded. Mm-hmm. It's just a beautiful home throughout. Here is the master bathroom here, double sinks, garden tub. You can't see, but behind the camera is also a separate shower. And here is the guest bath, and you can see they brought that cabinet green
color in there. Yeah, I didn't realize she had painted this bathroom.
Yes, too, so the whole house is freshly painted, and then those cabinets, she brought the green from the kitchen into the guest bath there. Very, very cute. Tile surround, just like any Altura will be.
Well maintained, yeah.
Well maintained home. And here is that special feature that you love.
I just love this thing. You know, they extended that back porch out and they added the patio cover. It's just, I love it. And I love the way this looks. And I wish we had a picture from the living room looking out those huge windows through this.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a beautiful view, and it really allows you to open those blinds up more in the summertime, because this is going to shade those windows and let you see outside where the kids are playing. And you can see how the husband just loved manicuring the lawn out there. And so it's got a great carpet lawn out there, and they've taken great care of it because they love their kids run around barefoot all day. And they love playing out there. And so this is going to be a great home for any family looking for something.
Well, another great thing about this home, you can see the trees behind it. So behind it is not another home. It's not in the middle of the division. It's in the very, very back of the subdivision. So you don't have a neighbor directly behind you. I think it's a 5-acre tract maybe with a house, one of the old houses on Old Mill. So you have a lot of privacy back there, big shaded trees to shade your yard. Not normal for a tract home.
Not normal, no.
And then here is an aerial shot. Just like I was telling you, those trees, you don't have somebody directly behind you. So you can see the privacy that you could have in your backyard. Again, this is 11606 Joyce Lane. This one, I don't think we went over the stats. This one is 1,846 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, listed at $330,000. And our last one, we're going out to Commerce for this one, 7273 FM 71. This one is on some acreage. It is on 33 acres. The house is 2,212 square feet. Go ahead.
It's definitely different. You know, right now we've been used to seeing those lighter colors on the outside with the dark trim.
Yeah.
See this dark color, it just makes it stand out to me.
Yeah, I've seen a few come on the market that are like a solid black like this. I think there was one in Greenville recently, and it's just, that's why I picked this one, because it's different.
It is different.
I love that it's different.
I love how it just pops that fireplace out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the flowers, it makes the flowers pop. It just works really, really well. They're asking $3.1 million on this one. It is on 33 acres. And here's the inside. Got a little rustic charm going on the inside. You got that brick back wall with that vintage looking stove there.
It looks like straight out of the 40s, man. That's cool.
It is cool. Now this was built in 2007, so these are features that the homeowner put in. They weren't original to the house, it looks like. And if you look at that sink too, it's also one of those like 20s, 40s sinks.
It has the backdrop built into it, yeah.
Yeah. Here is one of the bedrooms, and you can see this is a tall 4-post bed, and it's not even close to the ceiling. So this thing has really, really high ceilings in it. Very, very beautiful.
Looks like hand-laid wood floors too.
It definitely looks like it, and that's a custom paint on it too. For it to have the different tones in it, you don't just paint a wall and get that. And here is an aerial shot. You can see the pond. It's got a beautiful pond on the background. Looks like there's fencing around the house, and then it's set up into different pastures. And this is just outside of town on 71. It's not very far out of town, so like 5 minutes to the grocery store maybe.
Awesome. I wish this picture was from this weekend and everything was green.
Oh yeah. And here's our last picture, a dusk picture of the back side of the house.
And see, you can see the yard there is green.
Yeah. Again, 7273 FM 71 in Commerce. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,200 square feet on 33 acres for $3.1 million. And we are going to go into the solds. Our first sold, this is over on Ranchwood in Greenville. This one was listed by our own Stacy Brantner.
Yep.
This home wasn't on the market but 3 days. Well, and it sold for over asking price, it looks like. Congratulations, Stacy. This one, another agent in our office. I didn't do this on purpose. I just really picked out the cute ones, honestly. This one was listed by our own Sarah White. It was on the market 6 days, and it sold over asking price as well. This is on Historic Park Street, so you can see the charm that it had. It was built in 1927.
You know, there's just, no matter what you list on Park Street, you're going to get a lot of lookers anyway. I'm not going to say a lot of offers every time, but people are just intrigued and they want to see what you've got down there. And it's one of the only places in town, and this house was not that way, but it's one of the only places in town I think you could still sell a fixer-upper. Fixer-uppers are hard to sell in the open market right now to owner-occupants, but Park Street is just kind of, they got the door open there for that, and I think people just, they want to see what they can put their stamp on Park Street.
Because it's charming and it's history. And then on top of it, Park Street has, is it a coalition? Is that what it's called? The Park Street Coalition or something?
Sure.
They have a whole Park Street thing where they do the parade and they do yard sales together. It's Park Street's just a community all in itself inside
Kind of
the
is.
city of Greenville.
It is.
And then our last sold, well, this one is mine. This one was up in Commerce on Solomon. It was only on the market a couple days. We had multiple offers and it sold. It actually was over asking, but it ended up right at asking. And that was it for our sold. So like I said earlier, if you would like to sponsor, give us a call. We would be happy to have you on. We are not doing guests right now, except for maybe once a month. So if you're interested in being a guest, mainly events or 501c3s, give Casey a call and see when we can get you on the schedule. And I think that's going to be it for this Monday morning.
Main thing is, I just don't want anybody being taken advantage of by somebody out there knocking their door. If you have any questions about somebody being legit or not, just call somebody else.
Yeah.
Just
call our office.
Call our office.
We would be happy to look into them for you or let you know if we know of them. As contractors ourselves, we do know a lot of the local companies. So feel free, you're not bothering us, feel free to give us a call. Give any of the agents
Don't
in our
write
office.
anybody a check today. That's what I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Don't write a check today.
Yep. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week and we will see you next Monday.
At Money Law Firm, we are dedicated and focused on being professional, personal, and proactive.
In the title business, there's a lot of paperwork, but when you walk in the door, you don't see that. You see clean, clear walls, you see very straight lines.
Everyone here is like family.
They have a great team of people. The communication is great. I send as much business as I possibly can down here because they take such great care of us.